Hello and welcome to Thursday's programme.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. The death of a homeless man in Newquay has led to calls from charities and other people living on the streets for more to be done to help vulnerable people in the town.
Phil Hancock's body was found in a shop doorway 2 weeks ago. The people who were helping him say his death was a shock and are now asking for more help for the dozens of people sleeping rough on the streets of the seaside resort.
Kathy Wardle is in Newquay for us this evening. So Kathy, Mr Hancock's death has understandably affected people there. In other news, a man has been found guilty of brutally murdering his girlfriend in a flat they shared in Marazion. The jury.
A charity has praised the reaction of the community in Torbay after thieves stole all of the wheels from its minibus, the YMCA bus.
Now, hundreds of people turned up for the opening of the new IKEA on the outskirts of Exeter this morning.
It's expected the store, which has created 380 jobs, will attract shoppers from right across Devon and Cornwall, and the council has put in extra traffic measures to help local roads cope.
Well, Richard Lawrence is in Exeter for us this evening. So, Richard, people have travelled from far and wide for today's opening.
Next this evening, Taunton's Royal Marines put their latest equipment to the test today to demonstrate how they're able to respond to conflict in cities right around the world.
40 Commando used ladders and drones in a mock assault on County Hall. The exercise comes amid speculation that up to 1,000 jobs could be cut as part of the ongoing government defence review. Max Walsh reports. And you're watching ITV News here in the West Country with John T and Kylie. Thanks for joining us this evening. There's still plenty more to come on tonight's programme before 6:30.
And the ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30. Mary Nightingale has the details.
But first, Britain's head of football policing has issued a direct message to England fans to stay out of trouble during the World Cup in Russia next month.
While dozens of supporters are expected to travel from Devon and Cornwall to the event, ITV's Tonight programme has been looking at what they might encounter when they arrive at the tournament. Here's Matt Price.
And you can see more on that on the Tonight programme this evening at 7:30 here on ITV. Now, it's hoped that new technology being tested in cars will help prevent thousands of accidents by automatically applying the brakes when they come too close to pedestrians or cyclists.
Currently, police estimate there are 6 serious or fatal accidents in Devon every week, with the number increasing year on year. If it works, the new technology could significantly reduce injuries. Mike Pearce has this report. Lots of near misses in that, wasn't there? Mike Pearce with that report there. Now, you may remember us telling you about a woman from Somerset who spent 4 months on a remote island in Antarctica. The facilities there, basic to say the least, no running water, no toilets either.
Well, I went to see Hannah Johns while she was there back in March. We'll be speaking to her in a moment about her plans to return, but here's a reminder of what it was like on Port Lockroy. And as you can see, Hannah has joined us in the studio. Now, it was lovely to see you in Antarctica, but very nice to see you back here in the West Country. It was cold that day that I saw you. What was it like being on Port Lockroy? It's absolutely tiny, that island, and you've got a lot to do while you're there. What was the experience like?
It was incredible. Yes,
You are really busy. You've got to run the shop. We saw you in an early piece that you've got to post all the letters back to people who've come to visit, and it was a research station there, closed in 1962, but it can't really be an easy 4 months. You are so remote and surrounded mainly by penguins.
Yes, we are remote.
It's hard, I think, to get across to people who haven't been to Antarctica. It's a long way from home. It took, I think it's like 5 days travelling, really,
Yeah,
isn't it, to get there. Did you feel isolated? Was that ever an issue for you?
No,
Why do you want to go back? Because I would imagine once you've done that once for 4 months, freezing conditions, loads of penguins, I'd put a tick next to that, but you're going back.
Yeah, well, I would say, why not?
Penguin over your shoulder there. They're off penguins. Are you fed up of them now? November.
Yes.
You have to come back and tell us about it.
Yes.
Thank you very much for speaking to us, Hannah. Now, a giant 6-ton statue of St Piran carved out of granite from a quarry in Mabe is setting sail from Mevagissey, bound for Brittany in France. After a year...
Looks amazing. Wouldn't want to be the one responsible for moving that, though. Now, the Brixham-based life-size replica of Sir Francis Drake's ship, the Golden Hind, has finally been sold.
Yeah, it went up for auction back in April, but failed to reach its guide price of £200,000. Well, now the galleon has been bought by the owner of Backpackers Hostel in Torquay. Our reporter Jackie Bird went for a tour of the ship to hear what's planned for its future.
Yeah.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it, for a birthday party?
My son would love it.
Yeah.
Out would come the
Yeah.
cutlass. He'd be straight on board. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Let's move on now. It is weather time. It was a sunny day, if not a bit chilly across the region.
Bob, thank you very much. And just before we go, here's a reminder of the main headlines here in the West Country this evening. There are growing calls.
And that is it from the two of us this evening. I will be back to bring you the late news at the usual time of 10:30.
But now I'll hand you to Mary Nightingale as the ITV News continues. From all of us here, enjoy your evening. We'll see you tomorrow at 6. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.